Hey, Zen added back the paste and go functionality. Nice. All right, so all right, I forget how the Open API or not Open API, how the multi-factor auth works ish. Hmm. Let me go look at that. Like I should be able to enter the code manually. I'm gonna go spend some time. Yeah, no worries. Yeah, later, Kevin. All right, so I'll at least name this John Bon. Oh, hold on. Company name is Waltr. John Bon Jovi at grr.la. And then, yeah, so we can get this by grabbing some stuff for the user. Oh. So that MFA secret key, is that what I got to enter here? That sucks to have to type this out. Whatever. Well, that's not a bad idea. But then I gotta put it into the URL format that we gotta do. You went to MagicCon in Chicago over the weekend? Nice. Yeah, I was just talking with a coworker who plays Magic as well. Okay, so I'll just type it. It's not that hard. BNRF VA6 T2 GQ for ZYEK. UBYNN. TUK 5DYNA 3 XIZ BZJ 5GQ. All right, let's see if this actually worked. And you're excited for us to do a D&D game sometime in the future? Yeah, that would be great. I'd love to do some D&D. We just got to get Robert Tables interested in hosting. Hey, all right, so that did work. Cool. I remember just enough about it to make it work. All right. So, yeah, the part that we're leaving off is. Right, we're here in quotas and we're looking at this. Is that the endpoint that we left off on? Okay, so hold on. Accounts. We go to account details. And I think we started out with payments, didn't we? All right, so that's our failure. We reproduce the error. And business payment account ID doesn't exist, but balance payment account ID should exist. So it might be that simple. Yes, this is balance payment, not business payment. All right, query condition missed key schema element. Okay. I think that was that failure. Mm-hmm. All right, query condition missed key schema element. Let me. Oh, hold on. I think. No, tertiary key is what we're looking for there. Hmm. And yeah, I should probably just erase that device. God, that's annoying. Yeah, oh well. Okay, so let's do this. All right, so we do that. That still fails on us. All right. So I just want to make sure we were doing that. So query condition missed key schema element. So then what we need to do is we need to look at the arc file for the indexes. So yeah, balance payments. It might be as simple as just, hold on. It's going to be in the endpoint here. And if we just make this quaternary, are we good? Okay. Yeah. No, so this is not right. Yeah. Okay. So we do want it to be tertiary key like that, but it means that we want to create some more indexes. So So we make the primary key, tertiary key there. And then this becomes account balance payment. And we'll do the same thing for transactions. Do we want to put it on the accounts indexes instead? I'd say it's fine. Yeah, so account balance payment ID. That's the name of that index. Account ID we don't care about. Created at we probably do. Ah, damn it. Okay, hold on.
Talk to the hand.
I am. Yeah. So yeah, this will be created at here. And yeah, we'll basically do the same thing for transactions. All right, so then we do the same thing for quotas. Arc is architect. So this is basically like a config file um, for like spinning up serverless on AWS. So the thing that we're doing here is we are creating indexes for DynamoDB. Yeah, it's kind of fun. Yeah, it's worth checking out for sure. There's other stuff too, like SST and a bunch of those kind of things that are cool. You know. It's hilariously wrong about that. This is going to be not transaction ID, but usage ID. All right, so what this means though is we need to go rescaffold all of our data. Yeah, DB reset. Bring the database back up. And that'll create the indexes for us. And then from here, let's see. Fixtures, scaffold. Yeah. All right, so this is going to generate some data for us. And what's up, Mr. Beta Skull? How you doing? All right, so this should be wrapping up pretty quick. One thing we need to do, which I don't want to forget about this time, it gets me every time. We clear all that. Are we cooking today? Yeah, a little bit. All right, we get logged in. We go to production data. Sweet. Let's go to accounts. Ooh, but this is still going to fail on us because I haven't actually updated the endpoint. So yeah, tertiary key is what we want. Key name here is also tertiary key. And then this is account balance payment. So now, shit. Yeah. So then account ID is actually not our default sort. This is created at. Okay. So I think that was our major fix. All right, there we go. So that's just for this endpoint. And I don't think we have any payments for that yet. But we should theoretically have transactions. But all of these pages are empty at the moment. So let's at least go update these in a way that we think will work. So balance payments, balance transactions, get all. And yeah, account ID, it's all the same account, so that would never be any different. So then here, this is created at by default. We do that. Tertiary key is there. All right, those look right. So then we go and do the same thing for quotas. Okay, so this is... Oh, and I think I already realized I might have an error. But yeah, account quota adjustment. No, that might have been fine, actually. We'll go look at our ARC files here just to be sure. Account balance payment. Account balance transaction. Account quota adjustment, and account quota usage. Okay, perfect. And then finally for usages. Account quota usage. Account quota usage, tertiary key, tertiary key. All right. Will it blend? We're going to have one failure because I forgot to update one of the endpoints. All right, so that get still fails. That post fails because we forgot to fix that. Let me get another album going. I work for someone. I work for GetKraken as a developer advocate. It's my first role as a developer advocate. But yeah, it's pretty fun. Main goal is content creation and showcasing new features and making videos and some of that stuff. Yeah, it's fun. All right. Um, so we're still getting a 500 on at least one of the endpoints. Two of them. So we only have 3 failing now, which is good. Why would these be failing though? Account quota usage. Account quota usage. They are tertiary keys. Yeah. So we should create the other pages just to be sure. But hold on, we should be able to render something on this page at least. Oh. So wait, that fails again now? Query condition missed key schema element. Hold on, wait. And that's the wrong one. So we're doing it on balance payments first, which is this one. So it seems to me like that's why that one failed, because this should be account balance payment. Okay, so that was the fix for that one. Doesn't mean that it's actually responding properly, though. And yeah. I forgot to update that part. So this is account balance transaction. And yeah, account quota adjustment should be good. So the quota stuff is failing still. Why? Hmm. Hmm. So I think another part of the problem is that we might not be getting our data properly. So the balance ID, the account ID we care about. Here we go. The one that starts with R5, CJ, or 7S should be good. Did I pick just the one account that doesn't actually have that? Okay, no, 7S. Yeah, so this one should have some payments. Hmm. Hmm. Okay, so yeah. No, these look right. And it's not flat out failing, it's just not getting us the actual data. So there's something wrong there. We view details here. Oh, hold on. Yeah, so count is empty. Hmm. Count balance payment. It might be start key, but we can just pass that as undefined. Yeah, something's up here. All right, let's rerun this just to be sure. Even though we're not getting the data back, I think those gets should be good now. All right, so that get was good. Oh, yeah, we should fix that post. We'll do that while we're letting it run. Oop. So we've got 2 tests failing now. Oh, and this one's just complaining about some value missing. Uh, Missing required property note. We'll just go fill that in real quick. Okay, so hold on. This one's actually working. All right, so balance ID transactions works, but the payment that we're creating doesn't. That's kind of weird to me. All right, so yeah, note is on almost all of them except for the ones that we created. So yeah, it's just 2 of them where we got to add it. Okay. And that was in transactions. Yes. All right, so yeah, we only have 2 of them. Oh, God. I need to turn that off. I pretty much never want to actually navigate by swiping like that. Disable swipe. Okay, those are fine. Sweet. That was easy enough. So then, yeah, here in the database, we want to view. All right, so now these tests should all pass. And we'll continue building out those pages in the UI anyway, just because I think they're useful. Hey, all right. So all of our public API endpoints are passing, but there's definitely a flaw in how this page works because we are not able to actually fetch all of these things. And we're saying accounts there, which is incorrect. So now we are on account balance payments. Okay. Default sort column created at. Yeah. All right. So that's a little weird to me, but what we want to do next is transactions. And yeah, that's where we basically want to duplicate what we've got here over onto here. All right, so we got this transactions page. And funnily enough, that's coming back empty too. But we just saw that it was coming back with data when we did this. What am I doing wrong here? Hmm. It definitely happens. I don't know about like as a first job, but it's possible. I would say don't quit the bank job before you have an actual like coding job lined up. But yeah, nothing prevents you from trying. Yeah, as like a first job, I think it's going to be tough. But, you know, I think it's doable. Freelancing is an option. Yeah. Yeah, freelancing's not a bad option. Um, it's tough. Like, I don't think freelancing is great at the start of a career. Sometimes it's all you can do to get started. Um, but then you probably want to try and work on a team in some way anyway. Here's the biggest thing though, like as you do get older, people are going to try and funnel you towards management in general anyway. So, do you think you would enjoy being a manager? That might be a tougher question to ask yourself. Getting too lazy? Yeah, laziness is tough. And yeah, I mean, you could always just build a software as a service, right? You could probably leverage some of your knowledge working at a bank to try and automate some of those processes. I don't know. All right, so the account ID that we're looking at is the 98 YAI. Wait, we don't even see that one. Oh, yeah, I was looking at it wrong. That was the balance ID. The account we're looking at is the R5TTN. Yeah, that's a good point there, Mr. Beta Skull, for sure. And yeah, software as a service does require a lot of like specialized knowledge, I guess. The more you work in like product development, the more some of that knowledge would kind of like make it out to you. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I do think freelancing is an option, but as a beginner or as like an early career coder, I wouldn't stick with it for too long, right? Do it long enough to get like a tech job. And then once you have a job, then you understand all of the intricacies of, you know, estimating tasks and dealing with the client and, you know, just a whole bunch of BS, right? Like stuff that is really hard to teach yourself. Let me get more music going though. There we go. Oh, and yeah, here's another thing, right? Algora. Algora is definitely something to check out. So, you know, it's similar to freelancing style work, except that, you know, it's specifically for like open source projects, which is kind of like really cool. Gollum Cloud. Someone got 15 grand from them 3 months ago. They posted another 10K bounty. A couple of them, actually. So wait, what is this task? Create an open source GUI for Gollum in TypeScript. Oh, that is a little gnarly. I wonder if they have a bounty for it. Wait, what does tail call do again? Yeah, exactly. So yeah, I would say a lot of these bounties make the most sense when you are maybe not in an expensive cost of living area. So if you live, somewhere cheap, then some of these bounties could be like most of your yearly salary at that point. So I don't know. Yeah, I'd say Algora is definitely something people should check out. But yeah, so our bug right now is that we're not getting any data back from our responses, but we do get them back when we do the API testing. It's no bug, the server's just shy. Exactly. Yeah, it's probably going to be something really simple that I'm just missing here. You just fixed a bug and it was a pretty stupid one. Yeah, this one's probably going to be pretty stupid as well. Chasing a semicolon for 3 days? Or do you mean a Greek question mark? Show me the image. Here we go. So yeah, semicolon, Greek question mark. They are separate things. Use this information wisely. Oh, that's actually funny. Watch them pull their hair out over the syntax error. Looks like semicolon, but it is not. So the Rust compiler even catches this one. That's funny. That's actually pretty good. Ooh, there you go. Right? Make it valid? It's not a bad idea. So, all right, number one, we call it accounts here. That's definitely a mistake, but it's not the end of the world. Oh, that actually could have been it. Yeah. It's not going to be that here. Hey, all right. No, that works. Okay. So now we're good. Okay. That was actually our whole failure. All right. Nope, that works. That totally works. This doesn't. That is hilariously broken. Okay. Yeah, it's failing because we're not actually passing any of our query parameter logic. Yep. Yeah, so that is this problem now. So that's actually pretty straightforward. So yeah, that part's fine actually. We just need to start doing this stuff. And 1 second. Yeah. So that's basically how I am doing multi-tenancy. Yes, exactly. And what's up, not valid? How you doing? What you up to over there on the YouTubes? Yeah, so basically a user can be associated with more than one business, right? And especially with the way Dynamo works, like you can't fetch any of this stuff without the business ID, right? So if you've seen where I'm doing, let me show on the back end, where I'm doing this like get tertiary key, the key that we're searching by requires business ID, balance ID, and account ID. And that ends up looking like something like this, right? So here we're doing it for transaction, but our partition key is the table that we're in, which is balance transactions, and then the business ID, the balance ID, and the account ID, and the transaction ID all jammed together is what basically makes this a unique value. So that's how we end up doing our querying for items. And that's the partition key, but then we also have tertiary key, which is just the business ID, where is it? Yeah, business ID, balance ID, and account ID, right? Without the transaction part, so that we can fetch all of the ones that match up to this key. And this is basically like how we do some of our like single table data design in DynamoDB. So this is probably not something you would need to concern yourself with, but you can see that what your instinct is basically how I'm doing that. What do you mean by that, Mr. Beta Skull? I'm not sure I know what you mean. Like Dynamo doesn't care. Oh, hold up. We got ourselves a bug. A few of these bugs, actually. A lot of extra space. Caring that much about that kind of space isn't usually that important. Like, it's necessary, you know? There's no way around having to handle that data, right? All right, so we just discovered a bug that would only happen if we were looking up transactions based upon the balance, but yeah, that right there is broken. So yeah, I'm glad we're looking at this data, because yeah, undefined there should not be a thing, which means we're on the transactions page, right? Balance transactions. Creating a new transaction does not seem to have the quaternary key. Yep. So while we're at it, we should double check that for payments, adjustments, and usage. Ooh, this one we're not even setting tertiary key. All right. So then for quotas, same idea. Yep. We're missing that one too. That one had it though. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think that's definitely not the right solution to that problem. Right? Like document stores are great for certain things. But yeah, like, I don't know, normalizing your data isn't that big of a deal. And if you're really, really concerned about the space, your ULID or UUID or whatever could actually just map to an integer, right? So you do a lookup, and then your indexing and your like foreign keys are just integer keys. It's an option. And that's probably the right way to go. It will involve, I wouldn't call it an n+1 query, but you would involve yourself doing part of your query to select for the value that maps to that ULID or UUID or whatever. And then you're just using that for the foreign key portion of things. Like you're using the result of that for the foreign key. And you could do that in just one SQL statement, actually. Well, I don't know if it would be one statement, but you could do it in one query. So yeah, I'd say if you're worried about the storage cost of it, then yeah, I'd say that join wouldn't be too bad. So I don't know. It probably is something that you want to optimize before you do it, because migrating that data would maybe be a pain. And Not Valid asks, what do we think about people using AI like ChatGPT to help them code? Would I ever do it? I used Cursor, which is similar. I used Cursor for writing a Bash script because I'm not that proficient with Bash scripting. Yeah, plenty of people do it. I think it's fine. Yeah, but what they mentioned about ULID is actually sortable, like monotonic and blah blah blah, like all that stuff. Right? So universally unique, lexicographically sortable identifier. And I can't believe I said that word properly. Nailed it. Nope. Yeah, no, this is like a very specific implementation. UUID is trash for lookups. I mean, if you're generating indexes, it's not that bad. You do still have to like validate the entire thing. But I think one thing to recognize, though, Mr. Beta Skull, is that in a lot of modern databases, the UUID is actually just a representation of a number under the hood. So you're typically not doing a string check against it, right? You're just doing a number lookup for whatever that number is. And yeah, I might actually want to switch to ULID instead of NanoID. That might be a good move. So ULID is still a string, though, rather than a number. But UUID is a number. It does look like it's supported in a bunch of languages, too. Hmm. I know, right? I don't know. Per millisecond. Jeez. Yeah, I should probably do ULID. Yeah, we're gonna add that to our notes. So it was more that I just didn't think it was worth changing. Right? Like we had just too much other stuff to address. At this point, I do think it probably is the right move. Right? After we, finish some of this stuff. We actually did this part, but we're finishing that part up now. I think I liked think I liked Nano ID just for the ability to like increase the size of the dictionary. I don't know. I'm having trouble remembering why now. I should start creating like a knowledge base for some of these things that we discuss and make decisions on. Okay, so back to this stuff. What is this missing? Yeah. All right, so we can start with that. Yep. That is definitely not correct. This is going to be number range. Mount. Oh. All right, so let's refresh this page. Let's see. So start key. Now, what is this complaining about? Oh, God. Let me look at how we're doing that on a couple other pages. Yeah. That's how we actually want to do that. Yeah, okay. Hey, what's up, Ethan? How you doing? So then, yeah, same idea here. And yeah, this part needs to change to something like this part. Yeah, no worries, Mr. Beta Skull. Yeah, have a good one. Time flies when you're having fun, which means you were having a blast today, huh? Your office got a golf simulator set up? Nice. Yeah, I just went to Five Iron just yesterday. Yeah, exactly. No worries. Your golf game is not good, but nice to have the area to practice. Yeah. All right, so we're not doing the min amount, max amount stuff yet. Yeah, we should do the min amount, max amount stuff. So let's do that. If min amount. Nope. It really messed that one up. Yeah, I love golfing. So yeah, we're already getting to a point here where it feels like we should create some kind of abstraction, but I think we're good on it for now. So yeah, account balance payments, account balance transactions. Yep, usages and adjustments are going to be a similar bit as well. But not quite the same. Okay. So now we save that. Account quota adjustments. You can basically just do copy paste of that. All right, quota ID there. Yep, that part looks good. And then we just do the same thing here. Oh, did I actually? Yeah, I did. Okay. Okay, so will it blend? Okay, so we've got that one error where we're getting like an extra one of these, which is annoying. But that would be, yeah, it's easy enough to fix. We can just do a dedupe. It's not ideal, but doable. So then, yeah, runtime, we go to adjustments. And yeah, we're going to have these bugs because this should be that. Ah. Okay. So then, we don't have any adjustments, which kind of makes sense. But what about usages? This part. No usage yet? No, that's wrong. What's it coming back as? Quota usages is what it is. Oh, that's it. Okay. We do get a bit of duplication, but that's okay. Yeah. We probably want to add in any like note values. Columns. Here we go. So then this one would be field hold on. Does usage actually have the note value? Usage just has an amount. Uh, yeah, it should have a note value. Yeah, I think that makes a lot of sense. Okay, so then balance transaction does have a note value. Balance payment has a note value as well. And yeah, note should be optional. So then, yeah, we go back up to our request schemas or request types. And then response types will also have it. So get quota usage. What's up, Chetabiz? How you doing? I am building a software as a service, and we're recognizing that there's probably a need for a note field for these things we generate. They can be optional, but that also means, yeah, we need to go update our dread hooks now. We are setting note on transactions, and here we go, adjustments. Okay, so we do that for that. We probably need to re-scaffold. Make sure I'm not missing any steps. Oh, yeah. We need some notes in our fixture data. Uh, and yeah, we do that over in a queue. What do you mean, Dr. Drap? Like what script are you talking about? Like what package or whatever? Okay, hold on. So I wanted it for single. Um, Houston UI. Like this thing, cockpit identities. Oh no. So it is GitHub. So this right here. This looks like it's open source, so you shouldn't have needed a password to pull it. Yeah, you shouldn't have needed your password for that, but I don't know. What did you use to pull? Did you use Git itself, or did you use like GitHub's CLI? Just straight up Git clone? Yeah, I'm not sure. It should have worked. This is the wrong place anyway. So hold on. All right, so this is where we create new accounts. Oh, fixture account balances. Okay, I was looking at the wrong queue. That was it. Uh-oh. Ah. Okay, so this one rebuilt just fine. Okay, so that works now. Perfect. Okay, so we do random phrase there. Note is a random phrase there. And then for quotas, we want to do something similar. We should not be getting an error for that. Oh, hold on. Wait, no, I'm doing this in the wrong place. Yeah, that's for the account quota itself. I'd say all that's fine. Okay, so what we want to do now is we want to refresh the database. Start the API back up. Scaffold some data. And while that's running, actually, no, we're good. Yeah, I got plenty of water still. Ah. 'Kay. We should make sure after this is totally done that Dread still works 100%, just to be sure. Haha, so we get some failures. So it's for payments in our Dread hooks. $11 failing tests. Well, that's not good. Hmm. Okay. So hold on. So we still get some failures there. 4 payments. And it's because we're getting request failed with status code 400. And yeah, that first one's error is going to help us a bit. What's up, Jarrell? No, it's not payment provider there, ACM. Unrecognized keys in object. What? Oh, I missed it in my types. All right, so we got it there for quota usage. We don't have it here for adjustment. Ah, yep. So I missed it here too. All right, so then we go down here, we rescaffold. Will it blend? Looking pretty good so far. All right. So yeah, while that is going, we can go launch up. Actually, we want to wait until this finishes. Oh, shit. We still get some failures. Shucks. All right. So we want to fix those 2 failures still. Hmm. Okay, so I see why that's going. Yep. Correct, Lightspeed. This is just a local version of the database, but yeah, exactly. Like it's hitting the API as if a consumer was hitting them. So yeah, it does mutate the database, but it's just a local database anyway, so it doesn't matter. Not every test run. Pretty much only when my schema changes, because I don't care about like the new values. I could even clean up the values in the after hooks. I don't know if it's even that important. So yeah, we may need to rescaffold the backend like fixture data. Let me just double check some of this. And what's up? A take? Ah, yeah, thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, I wish I could like share it to YouTube. Oof. Need to clip this chunk of skin, but it's good for now. But yeah, like YouTube's really aggressive, even if like you're doing. Oh, geez. How do I turn that off again? Oh no. No, we're good. There we go. Really aggressive about like royalty free Like, not royalty free. Really aggressive about music, like copyright, even if the music is royalty free, which is really annoying. So yeah, we should rescaffold the database this time though. If I was running this in CI/CD, then it would be a fresh database every time. As an example, though. And yeah, this should be wrapping up here in a sec. So then, will it blend? And before we do that, and let's just do this, send the magic link, we get logged in. All right, so then, yeah, we'll run this. Oh, not that. All right, and then it's going to be on these pages. So we added note. Every time I say the word note, I immediately start thinking of Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Not a big fan of jazz. Too many unnecessary notes. Yeah, that's a TV show, but I get your point. Yeah. Especially stuff I've seen like multiple times. In fact, it usually takes seeing it multiple times to memorize that stuff. You can't quantify the driver without transmitting the multi-byte SQL microchip. All right, so what we want to do here is we probably want to set a max width on the note fields and do an ellipsis. Let's do it on the page that we're actually on. We got 8 failing tests still, though. What? So I messed something up. Yeah, we're not setting a note somewhere. So I'm going to have to figure that out. But let's at least do this first. So this is on the Quota usages page. And we will fiddle with the styling a bit. So this is going to be max W. Hmm. Ah. Um. I think I like that so far. Okay. Yeah, that works for me. Yeah, we are gonna need a min max. Let's just try 1 and I don't know, 4. Hey, like a glove. All right, so now that we know that's working, got columns, we got table rows, items count, filter options. Yeah. All right. Yeah, no, I like it. Okay, so let's look at our fixture stuff again. All right, so the quota usage table does do that, and it looks right. We're doing that for quota usage. That's account quota right there. We're doing it for that one too. We've got note on transaction. We've got it on payments too. So what it's doing is actually like annotating the end of the block. It's less useful in this because VS Code like does that like sticky header thing. Some people don't like the sticky headers and turn them off. But this was something we made before those existed. Hold on, let me skip this song. But yeah, and also it's got a bunch of bugs too. But yeah, here we can see that this if doesn't get sticky for us. So, right, like that one is actually a really nice annotation for us. Some of the others less useful for sure. But basically, we've got one for HTML biscuits. And if you use other languages, we've got another extension too. So yeah, here's the HTML one kicking in. We can annotate the classes and the IDs, which is nice, pretty useful. But if we go to Code Biscuits here, and hey, we're at 12,000 installs with Code Biscuits, or with HTML biscuits. With assorted biscuits, you can annotate C, C#, Elm, Go, Java, JSON, Kotlin, Lua, PHP, Python, Rust, TOML, and YAML. I should reevaluate what other languages have maybe since been added. Some of them are less useful than others, like the YAML one or the Elm one are less useful. Like anything with semantic white space will be less useful. But yeah, still a fun one. And if you're a NeoVim user, I also made NeoVim biscuits. And even had a couple really cool people help me out with it, like Tej and Creative Null. Yeah, Creative Null. Making sure I remembered the name. And even Dane Harnett, which we haven't seen here on Twitch for a little bit, but he's also just in a totally different time zone. So, yeah. Yeah. And yeah, any editor that has the concept of virtual text, we could actually make this stuff happen for. I think NeoVim calls it virtual text. I think VS Code calls it like annotations or something. And I didn't come up with the idea. I basically took the idea from the extension for Dart, because the Dart extension does that with like ending parentheses, which is nice. But yeah, it was fun. Yeah, the JSTS biscuits, which is the spice, it definitely like fails out in a couple weird ways. I believe they updated the language server because it didn't used to do that. So yeah, there's probably something we could do to fix JSTS biscuits, and we'll do it eventually. But yeah, so these failures here. Yeah, it's got to be something in the dread hooks. Seems weird to me that those would not have the value we need. Oh, interesting. Okay, hold on. We got one that's undefined. Two that are undefined. Three. Hmm. right, let's try this again. All right, so hold on. Quota adjustments there. I don't think we have any adjustments endpoints. Ah. Well, we do. Never mind. Yeah, missing required property note. Oh, I know what it is. Yeah. Nah, I totally know. All right. It's actually the endpoints, right? We might have added things to the responses, but we didn't actually handle the value at the endpoint level. All right, so when we do a create here, yep, that's it. Okay. And we could just be spreading this rather than individually doing that. I don't know if that's a big deal. Right, because we're spreading the body there too. Right, so transactions are fine because we're already handling that part. But adjustments, this one. Okay, so then, yeah, we need to go in, find all the ones that have undefined there. And what we can do here is key note. Wow, that was some lightning out there. That was gnarly. Okay, so notes getting emptied out. I think it's odd that we can't do a search for an empty value. I think it's fine. Whatever. All right, so we'll just scroll through it. It's not a big deal. Okay, so we do that for usages. And how you doing, Mr. Faberdev? What you up to? Um, adjustments. Ooh. Adjustment type should be defaulting to something. It's annoying. All right, cool. We get back to that. Oop. All right, it's not a full-on power outage, but it did trip my battery backups. That's annoying. But that was the end of that album. Let's get another. Oh, there's another flicker. Hopefully I don't lose power. We'll find out. All right, balance transactions is good, and balance payments is probably fine too, but let's just double check. Oh, payments probably does have undefined. Yeah. Empty string's okay. All right, so will it blend? It's looking pretty good so far. Okay. Cool. All right. You hope it fails. Well, fine. I see how it is. All right, so let's think about this. Oh, you hope it fails to fail. Oh, I get it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, so we've got the public API fully tested. And let's look at our notes, right? Boom. I think getting those into the page was worth it. Dude, all sorts of stuff is flickering still. Crazy, crazy power stuff. All right, so we need to still do sandbox entities and verify that our sandbox testing is working. I think adding another business could be worthwhile. Technically, right, we have another set of dread docs, right? We've got the dread dev docs, and those are going to be used for access token and stuff. And we're currently not doing that part yet. I think I want to create this middleware first. And this part we'll want to do. So yeah, I'm thinking yeah, the query string support is going to be important as well. So for some of those endpoints, we want to test that out properly. And I missed some follows. Oh man. Al, thank you for the follow. Bro Boss and Nuru. Thank you all for the follows. Welcome. And yeah, thanks again, Ethan, for that sub. Appreciate you. Let's do this middleware. Let me commit what I got first, real quick. All right, so yeah, this is a feature. Add All right. So our next step is no, I didn't build it. Someone else built it. I forget the name of it. Trying to remember where I have that running. I think maybe that's something we still have over here. Nope, not that one. Here? Nope. Here it is. DynamoDB admin. We tried a couple others. There's like the NoSQL workbench from Amazon, but it actually didn't work that great. Like it was just a bad experience for me. Oh, and Haystack was cool. Yeah. Yeah, this NoSQL workbench. Yeah, it wasn't working very well for me. Like there was something broken. But I am using DynamoDB local. What's up, booty? Yeah, I mean, especially for something where like I don't have any of the syntax or any of that stuff for Dynamo like memorized to do like, command line querying. So yeah, like being able to just look at the data that's in the database is really helpful for me. But yeah, so this middleware, what do we want to call it? And how do we want it to work? And yeah, some of this middleware is getting a bit messy, right? Like this key maps thing, should this really be done like this? Yeah, key maps is sandbox based. Yeah, this is a different thing. Okay, so we're going to create a new middleware. And I guess here's the next thing. Is this something that we want to... Is this like an allow or a deny? Right? So I think there's going to be more endpoints that are deny API key. Yeah, so allow API key, I think, is the right naming convention here. Because, yeah. No, we actually need it to be deny API key, because otherwise, how does it even work? So it's access token only. And yeah, let's just copy this instead. So there's a little bit of boilerplate. Right? Like it's really simple, but I just don't want to have to put that giant block of code everywhere, you know? Oh, okay. So we just got to go through all the endpoints and start thinking about stuff that is access token only. So account balances, payments, stats is access token only. Yeah. Oh, and honestly, we can just do that. It doesn't require any of the other stuff. Yeah, so we can just do that. It can be the very first thing in our list. All right, bailout nice and easy. Update, yes. Create, delete, get all. Stats. All right, creating accounts, deleting accounts, get all. Stats. Yeah, so actually, yeah, there may not be that many endpoints that are this way. And oh, good catch, Josh. I'm so sorry. That song we were just listening to was Defects, I think. Let me give you the link. I did reboot earlier today, so sorry about that, Josh. 1 second. I should get the song bot going. Okay, there we go. So yeah, should be able to do song now. Yeah, no worries. Sorry about that. I spaced. Oh, hold on. Still failing there. Glad I tested it. There we go. All right. Yeah, should be good. Yeah, thank you for checking that. That was a good call. API keys, access token only. Right. Auth endpoints don't even get an access token, so we skip those. Balances, accounts, payments, get all stats. Getting all balances probably makes sense. Yep, that one. Creating and listing businesses is access token only as well. We'll do logs. Technically, we don't even have the logs functionality yet, but I do think that like audit tracking is going to be important. That's something we can build after the fact. Creating users. Yep. Access token only as well. All right. Quotas, accounts, get all. I'm not sure that's going to matter, but stats here does. Yep, creating and deleting and updating quotas are also access token only. Let me get more music going. I'd say the get stuff could be done with an API key. I don't know if I'm okay or if I'm against that. All right, the services stuff will go away. Users accepting an invite. All right. Okay, so yeah, let's commit that. Okay. So then switching to ULID would probably not be that big of a deal. Yeah, let's think about selecting the business. So basically, in this UI, we've got this for like the business selector. The problem is, yeah, when we get it over there in the sidebar, it gets a little gross. How would we want to actually select the business for mobile? That would probably be something in here, right? Hmm. And it is 7 o'clock. I should probably think about getting some food. We can stew on the business selector change. I'm not sure what the fix for that should be yet. Yeah, some of these tables definitely need some mobile work for sure. Like the entire app needs mobile work. I'd say mobile responsiveness is post MVP. That one will bring up. And I would say, yeah, loading spinners where needed is actually a longer term, like post MVP thing. We probably want to do a little bit of pre MVP marketing site content. Publishing the API in the dashboard is easy enough. Consider how to mitigate DDoS and spam. We haven't really thought about that much yet. Yeah, email delivery and templates is essential for MVP. This one I think would be pretty quick. So yeah, the next steps for this part. All right, so test the internal API via access token. Yeah, what's our next step after that? And I guess generate the SDKs. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think we're at a good point. I'll be back here tomorrow for sure. Um, who should we go raid? Oh, Last Miles is watching one of my like under the radar kind of like low key favorite like crime films. Payback. I really like the movie Payback. Talons is going. Oh, yeah, we haven't had a chance to raid Talons in ages. Just double checking. Todd Libby's going. He's doing some Dungeons and Dragons online. Yeah, let's raid Talons. Making sure I spelled it right. And yeah, thank you all for hanging out. We had a really good, productive day. We got an awesome raid from Adam Learns Live. Such a good dude. Yeah. YouTube, I will bid you farewell. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, no problem. You know? Yeah, should be a good old day. So, YouTube, have a good night. I'll see you guys.